traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout who chored a child, cruise ships do and I know wild. Car 54, where are you?
Drums, drums, eternal drums, pounding in my head. What message do they give? The door opens.
Wait a minute, that's the stage direction. The door opens. A man enters the grass shack slowly and speaks.
Percy, at last I have found you.
Sir Guy Farrington, it is you.
After 20 years, my search is over. Come back to England with me and forget this tropical island.
What? And leave Ballycooma? Never. Never.
Percy, you can't stay here painting pictures of the natives for the rest of your life. You must return to England. Your family, your seat in Parliament.
Leo, that line should be read with more feeling.
What feeling? Who knows from this English Parliament? Look, couldn't we be partners in the dress business and he's hiding away in Miami Beach? Now that I could really feel.
Yeah, and while I'm hiding away, I can design a new dress for the fall.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Come on, come on. This is serious. Go on, Leo.
New? Are you coming back to England?
Now, are you coming back to England?
I'm sorry, my mind was still in the dress business.
As curtains part, and into the room steps Tandiniki, a young, beautiful native princess. Her long, lithe body, dressed in a sarong, is willowy as a reed.
Oh, master, the drums say... Sorry, Lucille, but it's Tandiniki's entrance. The old voodoo woman doesn't come in until the second act.
The old voodoo woman? But I'm Tandiniki.
Oh, it's my mistake. I didn't know the play was Ma and Pa Kettle in Tahiti.
Now, listen to me, Sylvia Schnauzer.
Wait a minute, girls. Actually, the part hasn't been cast yet.
But Francis, Tandiniki is me. That child of nature running laughingly across the sands, taking love where she finds it. I practically lived the part one summer in Coney Island.
Was that the summer you worked at the hot dog stand?
Well, if we're getting personal, I could tell a thing about
Girls, here it is, the first rehearsal, and already we got a fight on our hands.
There's no fight, Francis. You're the writer. Just tell Lucille who's playing Tandiniki and explain that you had me in mind when you wrote the part.
Yes, Francis. Explain to her.
Sylvia, you're an intelligent woman.
Yes.
Listen to the description of Tandiniki. Young.
Yes.
Willowy as a reed.
Oh, yes.
Trim ankles.
Yes.
Slender waist. Fairy-like.
Oh, yes. Well, go on, go on.
Well, what I'm trying to say is...
Well, what are you trying to say?
Well, Leo, tell her what I'm trying to say.
What he's trying to say, Pussycat.
What is he trying to say?
What he's trying to say, my beloved.
What?
It's got to be said. You're too fat.
Too fat? From the lips of my own husband. Too fat.
Sylvia, Pussycat.
Too fat. So that's what it's come to. Statuesque beauty means nothing anymore.
Sylvia, darling, as your best friend, I just couldn't tell you that you didn't fit the part of Tandiniki.
Thank you.
Well, now that that's all settled, let's get on with the rehearsal. Enter Tandiniki.
Oh, master, the drums say that a stranger has come to our island. To our island.
Gunther, that's your cue.
That's right. It's your cue, Gunther. Tell her.
Tell me what?
Well, you see, Lucille...
Oh, I suppose you think I'm too fat, too,
I didn't say anything. You jump on me before I open my mouth.
Well, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that you kind of squat.
What?
Lucille, face facts. Tandiniki is tall and willowy.
You're just not the type for the part.
And I'm not tall and willowy?
Oh, no, you're very tall and willowy for a squat woman.
If you think that I'm going to stand here and take this nonsense from you...
Wait a minute. Tandiniki is an elf-like creature.
Francis, Give me 2 weeks and I'll be that tropical nymph.
Oh, Sylvie, not another diet.
Just 2 weeks. And if I'm not the Tanganiki you picture in your play, you can give the part to anybody who's around.
Lucille, I'm home.
Ah, it is you, Sir Percy. My lover has returned.
I returned just in time to call Bellevue Hospital. What's that wound on your head?
Why, Gunther, if I'm going to be Tandaniki, I have to learn to walk like a native girl. Tell me, Gunther, do I look like an island girl to you?
From the back, you look like the whole island.
Very funny. Here I am, getting ready to save your part in the play, and
Okay, Lucille. I'm starved.
Oh, well, your dinner's on the table.
Good. Boy, am I hungry. What's this?
Oh, that's your dinner, Gunther. Coconuts, boiled bananas, and a mashed mango.
That's not my dinner. Who you expecting, King Kong? Honey, I work hard all day, and when I come home, I expect something to eat.
You're going to eat this now.
Lucille.
Look, Gunther, I'm going to be Tandaniki, and slim, willowy Tandaniki doesn't want to have to make love to a big, fat, pot-bellied leading man. Now eat your boiled banana.
How do you know you're going to be Tandaniki? If Sylvia Schnauzer loses 20 pounds in 2 weeks...
She won't lose an ounce. Sylvia Schnauzer's been going on diets now for the last 15 years, and she's never lasted for more than 1 day. I just talked to her on the telephone. She's only been on this diet for 6 hours, and she was nibbling on the receiver. She hasn't got a chance.
Hello, Mrs. Schnauzer.
Hello, Sam.
I'll be right with you. 2 pounds of potato salad, 4 pounds of hot roast, 1.5 pounds of macaroni and cheese, 3 bags of potato chips, a cheesecake, 1 pound of bologna, a Boston cream pie. Anything wrong, Mrs. Schnauzer?
No, nothing.
1 pound of chopped chicken liver, 2 pints whipped cream, 4 jelly donuts, and that eclair. There you are. Pay the cashier. What'll it be, Mrs. Schnauzer? Mrs. Schnauzer?
Oh, a pound of watercress and a quart of skimmed milk.
Not again, Mrs. Schnauzer.
Oh, but this time I'll do it. I must.
Let's see, watercress this way. Watercress. I thought I had it over here. No. I guess I put it next to the celery. I like to keep them both together on the ice so they stay nice and crisp. No, not here either.
If you'll just sign this release.
You mean, while I was eating those cookies, you were taking pictures of me for a television commercial?
That's right, if you'll just sign this release.
You mean, I'm going to be on television?
If we decide to use it, we'll get in touch with you. Please let me know in time. I want to tell all my friends. We'll do that. Thank you. Stand by. Here comes another one. Okay, Ralph, start the camera.
Pardon me, madam, but would you taste this cookie?
Oh, please.
It's just a little test we're conducting, if you'll just sample it. And now would you take a cookie from this plate? Now the cookies from this plate. Did you like them? Of course you did. The cookie you chose is none other than the Dixie Dimple cookie. The cookie with the lip-licking goodness. And why did you like it? Because all the ingredients in the Dixie Dimple cookie are farm fresh and are kept that way because they are packed to lock in that mouth-watering goodness. Now, Brand X here doesn't have the same flavor of freshness because it hasn't the sealed-in crispness found here in Dixie Dimple. Culpepper's Dixie Dimple cookies have been made with the same secret formula that Mother Culpepper discovered 65 years ago. Baked down south by the happy Culpepper bakers, Dixie Dimples bursting with southern goodness. You'll notice Brand X. There's a soggy texture that indicates lack of loving care. It's just another cookie. But Dixie Dimple cookies reflect the soul-searching perfection that Culpepper bakers strive for. In this sealed box, every Dixie Dimple has a lasting crispness. Make the simple Dixie Dimple test. Drop a Dixie Dimple into your cup of coffee. Then drop a Brand X cookie. You'll find that Dixie Dimple stays together longer, doesn't disintegrate. That's why, madam, you have shown such good taste and discernment when you selected Dixie Dimple, the cookie that never crumbles.
Okay, Ralph, cut. Madam, we have just filmed this little sequence in which you appeared.
Yeah.
Madam, there was a camera hidden right behind... Madam. Madam,
Why?
you were just in the movies. Yes, see? You were just in the movies. If you'll just sign this release... Madam? Madam!
That's it. That's what I've been waiting to see for 40 years. That gal ain't just eating my Dixie Dimples. She's in love with them. Get me that gal. Yes, sir. I want that gal, you hear? That's my Dixie Dimple gal. Yeah, I want that face on every box. I want that face on every billboard. And each barn door on both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. Look at her go after them crumbs. Go, gal, go. That gal, that's my Dixie Dimple gal.
You got her, Colonel.
Well, now, I want to be frank with you, gentlemen. She saved the account for you. I was going to take my $1 million Dixie Dimple account somewhere else.
You were?
Yes, but I've decided to triple my advertising budget because you found me my Dixie Dimple gal. Get me that gal.
Don't you worry, Colonel. We're right on top of it. It was a close one. Good work, Babcock. You saved us the account.
Chief.
Oh, go out and get her right away and lock her up tight.
Chief,
What is it?
I don't know who she is.
You don't know? Didn't you get her name on the release form?
Chief, she fainted dead away. We had to get out of there fast.
Oh, no.
It looked like another one of those Dixie Dimple food poisoning cases. The last one cost us $5,000.
Well, find her. Where did it happen?
I think it was in the Bronx. Sam's Market. Maybe he knows her. I'll call him and see if he knows her name.
Babcock, if you don't find her, you ask Sam if he needs a new delivery boy in a gray flannel suit.
More diets. When your wife starts fainting in grocery stores, then it's time the husband put his foot down. Now, how did this happen?
Well, all I know is I was on my way out of the store. A man started talking to me, and I fainted. And when I came to, I had this bump on my head, and I was 8 pounds heavier.
Now, you hurt me. No more diets.
Sorry, Leo. Now I know I must be Tantaniki in Muldoon's play.
Now you know.
Yes, it's the fates.
What are you talking about?
They're trying to do it to me again. My whole career has been a series of missed opportunities. I must be in that play. I'm not going to let it happen again. Look at my scrapbook. A monument to misfortune.
Sylvia, not again.
Yes, again and again. Look at this. Last night's PTA follies may become the stepping stone for 5-year-old Ginger Rogers. Her long curls and military tap dance caught the eye of a Hollywood producer who happened to be in the audience. Ginger was filling in for the star of the show, little Sylvia Schwarzkopf, who was home with the mumps. The mumps. Mumps I caught from a second cousin kept me from dancing to stardom with Fred Astaire.
Sylvia, don't get worked up.
Worked up! At the sesquicentennial parade in the East Bronx, who was chosen to be Lady Godiva in the pink tights and the beautiful blonde wig? Sylvia Schwarzkopf. Who fell off the horse before it even left the barn? Sylvia Schwarzkopf. Who got on the horse? A nobody called Lana Turner. Page after page of missed chances. Well, it's not going to happen again, Leo Schnauzer. The next time opportunity knocks.
Mrs. Schnauzer, I am from Dutton, Dutton, and Beamish. We want you for a television appearance. I have the release right here. If you'll just sign this release. Mrs. Schnauzer? Mrs. Schnauzer? What happened?
My wife. What did you say to her? What did you do to her?
I just want her to sign this television contract.
Television contract?
Yes. The Dixie Dimple Company will pay her $90 every time she eats a cookie on television.
$90?
Leo.
Just a minute, Pussycat. $90 just to eat a cookie?
Yes, every time she appears in a commercial for Dixie Dimple.
Leo.
In a minute, Pussycat. Go on.
It's a standard broadcasting contract. She's fully protected.
Leo?
You shut up, the man is talking. Now, as you were saying,
I won't sign.
listen to her. When do you want her to start eating the cookies?
Leo, I won't
Will you
sign.
get back on the floor and let me handle it? $90 to eat a cookie and you won't sign? If you want, she'll eat the box, too.
You're both wasting your time. I won't sign.
But, Mrs. Schnauzer... Let me handle this. Look, Sylvia, you're still with the bumps on your head. $90 just to eat a cookie.
Never. Sylvia Schnauzer waited too long for fame and fortune to fall into a trap.
What trap?
They're not going to tie me up to some long-term short money contract like they did poor Debbie Reynolds and Ava Gardner.
What, you should just eat a cookie.
Never. It's a trick. They'll pay for all those years I waited to be discovered. Thank heaven it happened at the height of my artistic growth and beauty.
What are you talking about? 2 bumps on the head in one day. What do you want from her? Lincoln's Gettysburg Address?
Mrs. Schnauzer, our advertising agency...
Advertising agency. Stop with that masquerade. Who are you really with, huh? Warner Brothers, MGM, huh?
I don't know what she's talking about.
That makes 2 of us. Look, Sylvia, listen. They're offering you $90 just to eat a cookie. Sign.
All right, I'll sign.
Good.
For $1,000 a week.
A week? It's the bumps. The bumps. The bumps.
Of course, I must have my own dressing room.
She'll eat the cookies.
My choice of leading man.
She'll eat the cookies.
Transportation to and from Hollywood for my personal hairdresser.
She'll eat the cookies.
Really, Mrs. Schnauzer?
Don't listen to her. Let me talk to her.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Please do. We'll be home all day. I'll get an answering service. I'll put a light burning in the window for you. Sylvia. $90 to eat a cookie. It's the chance of a lifetime. Now you can get all the things that you've always dreamed of. A clock radio, space shoes, elastic stockings.
Please, Leo, I'm thinking. Who will be my first leading man? Who?
$90 for eating a cookie. Don't worry, Leo. We'll bring her around to her senses.
Please, I'll call her. Sylvia! There's somebody here to see you, Sylvia! I forgot. She's already changed her name. Simone, Miss Lamont.
Did you call Leo Schnauzer? Darling, so sweet of you to drop by. Leo Schnauzer, open a bottle of wine.
Take it from there.
Sylvia, we just heard about your wonderful good fortune. $90 a week just for eating a cookie on television.
My dear child, it's a trap. I wouldn't even consider it.
Why, if anybody came to me and offered me $90 a week, I would...
I'll give you 100.
100?
As my personal maid.
Me, your personal maid?
You'll have Thursdays off. Your name is Babette.
Babette? Well, of all the nerve!
Lucille. Sylvia, all they want you to do is eat a cookie. If it isn't you, they'll pick another Bronx housewife. Take the $90.
Francis. Like all great directors and playwrights, you have no business sense.
All right. Then listen to Gunther. You know what a down-to-earth guy he is. Speak to her, Gunther.
Can I have your autograph, Miss Simone?
Gunther, stop her from making a fool out of herself.
She knows what she's doing. Simone, don't let those big studios take advantage of you.
Thank you, darling. I'll never forget you for this, Grover.
Grover? My name is Gunther.
Gunther.
See, the bigger they are, the nicer they are.
This is all I need. Already she's got a fan club. Sylvia, the man from the agency is going to be here soon.
Oh, Babette, fix my hair.
Fix your hair? You listen to me, Sylvia Schnauzer. The day I fix your hair will...
Lucille. Sylvia, let's be realistic. I can understand your dreams.
And that's why I want to insist that we do your play as my first vehicle.
My play? Sylvia, now don't be ridiculous. Nobody wants to do my play on television. It's an amateur production. I wrote it when I was in the high school.
Yes, but under a director like you.
Me, a director? Sylvia, I don't know the first thing about directing. I'm a cop. Sign the contract.
Sylvia, it's the man from the agency.
Oh, Babette, answer the door.
Answer it yourself.
You Try and help the little people.
All right, I'll
Mrs. Schnauzer, this is the head of our agency, Mr. Dutton.
Darling.
Now, Mrs. Schnauzer, about this contract.
Please, give me another day.
I'm sorry, it has to be settled now.
Well, of course, you know my conditions. $1,000 a week, my choice of leading man, my choice of director.
Please, before you go, give me 5 minutes with her.
I'm sorry, a deal is a deal. Now, here's the contract. $1,000 a week and anything she wants. Of course, that is just for the first commercial. After we see that, we have an option to pick her up for 7 years.
7 years?
Sign.
Yes, please, Mrs. Schnauzer, just sign.
You understand, of course, that I'm going to do Mr. Muldoon's play, Tempest in the Tropics, as my first vehicle.
Anything, just sign.
Directed by Mr. Muldoon.
Of course, just sign.
There.
Thank you. Be at the studio tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, shoot the first commercial.
6 o'clock? I'm going to start setting Miss Lamont's hair.
Mr. Muldoon, as the director, there are certain advertising points we have to settle on.
Are you telling me how to direct? I've directed Miss Lamont in everything she's ever been in. It'll be my way or get yourself another boy. No interference. After all, it was I who first discovered Miss Lamont.
You discovered her? Why, when I first saw her cleaning a fish in her father's fish store, I said, there is a star.
Out, everybody. I have to give Miss Lamont her bubble bath. Oh, wait for that.
Ooh, look what she signed. To Grover, an old friend.
Gunther.
She still remembers my name.
And I always will, darling. I'll never forget all the little people who helped me up the ladder to stardom.
I can't wait.
The film just arrived from the studio.
Put it on, Al.
Percy, at last I have found you.
Sir Guy Farrington, it is you.
What is it you have found here that keeps you a captive on this tropical island?
What is it? Look.
Underneath
the Dixie dimpled girl.
So simple. He's a Dixie dimple.
Stop it! Stop it! What have you fellas done? I've lost my Dixie dimple gal.
Max, at last I have found you.
My partner, Murray, it's you.
After 6 months, my search is over. Forget Miami Beach. Come back to the garment center with me.
I can't. Not till I finish designing my new junior miss dress that can sell for only $8.95.
Max, will you please forget the junior miss?
I've got to make a comeback after I disgraced my firm by turning out an entire fall line 8 sizes too big.
Well, say, I found 2 models who can wear them. Girls, come in.
On the shores of Miami, there to save the company, 2 little garment models we.
Girls, it's 2 stylish stouts, are we?
I won't say stout.
I can say that.
My own husband.
Oh, come on, Sylvia.
She's right. I won't say stout either.
All right,
There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and Idlewild. Car 54, where are you? Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and Idlewild. Car 54, where are you?
All right, check this out in the back. Oh, wait. Toody and Muldoon are in there holding another meeting of the Brotherhood Club's Helping Hand Committee.
And Gunther and I think that if ever a man deserved a helping hand, it's Charlie here. You see for yourselves how he straightened himself out. All he needs is a little financial boost.
Not again.
For $100 down, he can buy into Adamopoulos' Busy Bee Diner.
What about it, fellas?
A chance to put Charlie into a business.
Another chance? Well, how many chances do we get? Last year it was money to buy into a funeral parlor. It cost $150 to find out he couldn't stay away from the embalming fluid. And the year before that, it was $75 to buy into a barber shop. You remember the hair tonic bin? For 2 weeks he had the sweetest breath in the Bronx.
That's all in the past.
Yeah, Francis and I would never sponsor Charlie if we didn't think he could make it this time. Am I right, Charlie?
Boys, I haven't had a drop in 6 months. And whether you give me the money or not, I want to thank you. Boy, if it hadn't been for you guys taking care of me when I went off in those bats...
Now, Charlie. Well, boys, does Charlie get his chance to take his place with respectable businessmen?
How about it, fellas?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll get the checkbook.
Good. Leo, make out the check to Mr. Adamopoulos.
Boys, I don't know how I could ever...
Oh, Charlie, don't thank us. It's worth it to us not having to pick you up every night at that Atlantic Bar and Grill.
Excuse me, Officer Muldoon. Just to keep the record straight, I stopped going to the Atlantic Bar and Grill 5 years ago.
It's not important, Charlie.
The Mandalay Lounge. That's where you used to pick me up.
That's right.
What was the name?
At Adamopoulos.
The Atlantic Bar and Grill. They give you a shot like that for a dime. Boom, boom, boom. All glass. Not even enough to wet your tongue.
Okay, Charlie. Did you get that, Leo?
Adamopoulos? How do you spell that, Charlie?
The Mandalay Lounge. That's where you get a good honest shake. They used to give you a shot like that for a quarter. Boom! You took a belt of that and you knew you had a drink.
Charlie, how do you spell that?
And I'll tell you something else. For every 3 shots you bought, the bartender'd buy you a shot free. Boom!
Charlie, how do you spell Adamopoulos?
And I'll tell you another good on the spot. The Ace of Spades Bar and Grill down on Tremont. They used to give you a shot and a beer chaser. Boom!
Charlie.
The Lorelei Lounge. There's a good bar. That bar's got heart. They didn't care how drunk you were. They serve you right and left.
Charlie!
What?
How do you spell Adamopoulos?
Who?
Adamopoulos.
Who's that?
Adamopoulos.
Never heard of.
But Charlie...
Why don't you guys stop hounding me? Sweetheart.
Well, Gunther, you have any more nice young businessmen you want us to help?
I don't know what got into Charlie.
Whatever it was 90 proof.
And you guys wanted to give him another $100.
That guy's been drinking up our funds for the last 5 years.
All Charlie needs is a helping hand.
For what? To raise the glass to his lips? That he does all right. Now look, you two, don't be such do-gooders.
Hey, what have you guys been giving Charlie in here? He staggered past my desk and he was...
All right.
Look, the captain wants to see you two right away.
Yes, well, don't worry, Mr. Burkholz. If she's breaking the law, she'll be taken in. I'm sending officers Toody and Muldoon over to... What? No, they won't let her go this time. I'll see to that personally.
You wanted us, Captain?
I'm sorry to drag you away from your meeting, but a little police business came up. It happens every now and then.
Oh, that's all right, Captain. We're finished with our current case.
I know. He almost fell through my door on the way out.
What was it you wanted, Captain?
Another one of your pet charities. Pretzel Mary.
What about dear old Mary?
I'll tell you what about dear old Mary. She's in Crotona Park peddling without a license.
She hasn't got a peddler's license?
She hasn't got a peddler's license? Stop trying to kid me. You've been letting her get away with it now for 10 years.
But, Captain, she's a sweet little old lady.
She's an old battle axe who's been making a public nuisance of herself now for 10 years. If she wants to be a public nuisance in my precinct, she's got to have a license. Get over there and take care of her.
Yes, sir.
Pretzels, you want to buy a pretzel? It's a nice fresh pretzel. Oh, why don't you? Watch it, you little punk. I should smash you. Pretzel, who'll buy pretzel from a nice pretzel, mister? How about it? Just 3 cents.
Will you let me go?
Look, they're nice and fresh. Feel the pretzel.
I don't want to feel the pretzel.
Feel how fresh they are.
Will you let me go?
Feel the pretzel. What's it going to hurt to feel?
All right. There.
That would be 3 cents, please.
3 cents, but I don't want it.
You don't want it? You touched it, you gotta take it.
But I don't want it.
Listen, you cheap butt. home. You're not sticking me with the dirty pretzel. You hear that, everybody?
All right, lady.
I have
All right.
secrets and all dirty...
All right, lady. Here.
Ah, bless you, bless you. You're a good man. Bless you, bless you. Pretzels! Who'll buy pretzels from a poor old lady? Here, little boy.
Get that pretzel out of my boy's mouth.
What are you talking about? He snapped at it.
Snapped at it? Why, he hasn't even got teeth yet. Here.
You gotta take it. He's slobbing all over it.
He doesn't want it.
Well, neither do I. How am I supposed to sell it when he licks the salt all off it? That's 3 cents.
There ought to be a law against nuisances like you.
What about you, raising a pretzel snatcher? Thank heavens I'll be dead and gone when he's in his prime.
Don't you talk about my boy that way.
Ah, shut up.
Here's your 3 cents.
Ah, bless you, ma'am. You're a good woman, you are. Pretzel, mister. They're nice and fresh. Don't you want a nice fresh pretzel?
Look, leave me alone. I don't want to buy any pretzels.
Ah, you cheap bum. Pretzels, pretzels.
Look, Mary.
Want to buy a pretzel?
No.
And stop wasting my time. Pretzels!
Mary, we gotta talk to you.
Not during business hours. Pretzels!
Look, Mary, be reasonable. We've let you go all these years, but this is it. The captain knows you haven't got a peddler's license.
Licenses are for cats and dogs, not for poor old ladies trying to scratch to make a living in a cold world. Pretzels, will you clear the aisle?
Wait a minute, Mary. Look, we gotta take you in.
Take your hands off me. Oh! He hit me again! Did you see them and tried to do a quarter pistol to a woman? I want you all as witnesses.
Bring it up.
You already got the dough following old lady?
Bruce, you ought to be ashamed of yourself!
And you call yourselves cops?
But, Captain, she just won't buy a license.
It's only $5. Maybe if I take up a collection among the boys.
A collection?
Ooh, the Helping Hand Committee.
Quiet. Look, Santa Claus, we're here to see that the peddlers buy the licenses, not us.
But she just won't.
She won't, eh? 2 big policemen afraid of a little old woman. Bring her in here.
Yes, sir. Come in, dear old Mary.
Mary, this is our captain.
Ah, the head Cossack.
Now, look, Mary, for years we've looked the other way, but this is it. Either you get a license or get off the streets.
Just like that, huh? You wouldn't reconsider?
No.
Okay. Help the being me! Get your hands off me! My arm!
Will you shut her up? It's nothing, folks, nothing. Just putting on an act.
They held me and he kicked me in the stomach.
Don't believe her.
Somebody get a doctor.
Break it up. Come on.
Oh, please don't leave me alone with them. They'll kill me.
Quiet. Here, Mary. Here's $5. Get yourself a license.
Oh, that's you, Captain. You're a good man.
Thank you. Now go home.
Go home? You dragged me miles to my territory. Now it's going to cost me 15 cents to go home by subway. Justice! I want justice!
Take her home. Come on, Mary.
Ah, bless you, bless you.
Look, fellas, I gotta talk to you.
We're busy, Charlie.
Wait, fellas. I'm ashamed of the way I behaved.
We'll see you later, Charlie.
Want to buy a pretzel?
A pretzel? No, thanks.
Come on, Mary.
Oh, don't shove.
Pretzels. Pretzels have been my downfall.
Okay, Charlie.
Every time I eat a pretzel, I get thirsty and then boom, boom, boom.
Okay, Charlie.
They got lousy pretzels at the Lorelei Lounge, but they give you a shot. Boom!
Okay, Charlie.
No, okay, Charlie, me. Put him up and fight like a man.
Will somebody get him out of here before I have to buy him a liquor license?
I'll have your badge for this.
You'll have my badge. What do they want from me?
There you go, Mary. We took you right to your door.
Ah, big deal. You drove me home. You wasted the whole day for me.
Here you go, Mary.
Why don't you break down and buy a couple of pretzels, you cheap bums?
Oh, brother. We let you get away with murder for years. Captain gives you $5 for a license. We take you home. The least we could expect is a couple of kind words.
You want a couple of kind words? Drop dead.
Come on.
Wait. see the way she lives? Did you ever see such squalor?
Now, wait a minute, Gunther.
The Helping Hand Committee has got to do something for her.
Gunther, she's a mean old woman.
Francis, she's a poor woman. A poor, old, helpless woman.
I guess you're right.
And here's the monthly rentals from your apartment houses.
Let's see how I did this month. Give me the figures.
$15,246 from the sale of your American amalgamated stock.
Go on.
$14,200 from the sale of the lots where they're going to build a new orphanage.
I still think if I held out another month, I could squeeze more out of them. Go on.
And, of course, the rentals from your apartment houses in Brooklyn, Staten Island, Jackson Heights, and Manhattan. $24,618. And that about does it.
Oh, not quite right. I made $1.14 on pretzels and found this bottle. I can get 2 cents deposit on that. Now, that makes a grand total of...
Mary, you're one of the wealthiest women in the country. You can't handle all of this money with no system.
I got the best system in the world. The real estate money goes in here. And the money for the stocks is stuffed in the chair. Rentals is here in the mattress. And by the way, from now on, no more small bills. The mattress is almost full.
According to my guess, you have over $1 million in cash stuffed in this furniture. Now, it just isn't safe here. Again, I implore you, put it in the bank.
Colton, this is the only family I got. What are you trying to do? Break up a home?
Every day it's a new cause. What are you trying to be, the Albert Schweitz of the Bronx?
Look, we saw it with our own eyes. Such poverty.
If you want to see real poverty, take a look at our treasury.
Not Betsy Mary. Look, fellas, I know she's a miserable character, but anyone who has to live under those conditions has a right to be bitter.
Ooh, I got an idea that will make Pretzel Mary the happiest woman in the world. And we can do it all on our lunch hour.
Some pieces. What do I got to do with this junk?
Who cares? Burn it.
Get out!
Come on, boys. This way. Oh, boy. Wait till she sees this new furniture. She'll flip.
Wait until she lies down on this new mattress. I don't know how she slept on the other one. Did you ever see anything so lumpy in your life?
Where's this go?
Right there, where the old one used to be.
Come on, she'll be here any minute.
Oh, gee, I sure wish that I could be here to see the look on her face when she sees what we've done for her.
Let's go.
All right.
She's coming down the street.
Get the patrol wagon out of here. Lock the front door. We'll go out the back.
Wait!
What's that?
It's the last dollar in the Helping Hands Fund. We may as well leave it for good luck.
Come on. I can't wait to hear her shriek with joy.
There it is. You know, it makes you feel good all over.
Attention! The entire available personnel will assemble in the front of the main desk at once. On and up.
Boy, I wish you were there when we fixed up our house. We worked like dogs all night. But you know what made it worthwhile? When she screamed with delight when she saw what we did. I wish I could describe it. That's it. It sounded just like that.
It's Mary.
How about that? She found out who did it, and she came here to thank us.
Now, Mary. Men, something big has happened in our precinct. It's so fantastic. Mary, tell it to them in your own words. Mary is trying to tell you is this. Right here in our precinct, there's been $1 million robbery. It was as much of a shock to me as it's going to be to you to find out that Mary was a millionairess. She had all of her money, over $1 million, stuffed in her old furniture. Boys, we're up against a clever gang. Somehow they found out about it. And in a daring daylight robbery, looted every stick of Mary's furniture and replaced it with some cheap new stuff. Then, until we catch this gang who stole this poor old woman's $1 million, there are going to be no vacations, No time off. All right. You've got all of the facts. Are there any questions? Muldoon?
Did the gang leave any clues?
No.
Any fingerprints?
Footprints?
Nothing. Anything that was there was smudged and trampled.
In other words, you don't know anything about this gang of thieves.
Nothing except for one thing. They have a sense of humor. They left her this. $1. Then from now on, this precinct has but one objective. Track down this gang. Find poor Mary's $1 million and make those thieves pay for what they've done. Dismissed. Wait. Where are you going?
To find my money.
Well, that's our business. It's in the hands of my department.
Some police department.
We'll get your money back in 24 hours.
24 hours. For 30 years, you haven't even been able to make me buy a peddler's license. And you're going to get my money?
Now, Mary.
If that money's to be found, I'll find it myself.
Now, wait, Mary. I've got every one of my men on it. Don't you worry.
$1 million, and he tells me not to worry. Do you know how much $1 million is? 30 million pretzels.
Don't find it yet. The stuff we took out of that shack.
Yeah, what'd you do with it?
Where is it?
Oh, that stuff. What a time I had getting rid of it.
You got rid of it?
It wasn't easy. That stuff is made in a dump.
Murder?
Yeah, it's that kind of in-between stuff. It's too old to sell for junk and not old enough for Jackie Kennedy to put in the White House. Give me a nice, dirty old daybed.
Mr. Carter, what did you do with it?
I did what I do whenever I got a junky junk. I got the pig to take it off my hands.
The pig?
Yeah, he's got a junkyard. He takes anything.
Where does he live?
In his junkyard. On the corner... Oh, let's see. On the corner of Marine Internet Place and the Busey Boulevard.
You got that, boys?
Come on, let's go.
How dare you? What do you mean, junk? I resent that. I deal in unwanted merchandise.
All right, Mr. Connoisseur. The unwanted merchandise that Mr. Carter, the junk man, dumped here is now wanted. We want it.
You're too late. Too late? That's right. I gave it away. Who did you give it to? A guy I met in the Mandalay Lounge. Mandalay Lounge? That's right. A guy who was embarking on a new career. Was his name Charlie? That's right. Quick, where's he staying? He ran an unfurnished room. It's upstairs over the Atlantic Bar and Grill.
Upstairs over the Atlantic Bar and Grill. Thanks, pig. Come on, let's go.
Of course I'm sober. Stone sober. And that's the way it's going to be from now on. I'm going to make you boys proud of me.
That's wonderful. Ain't it, fellas?
Yeah. Say, let's celebrate. Let's take Charlie out and buy him a pizza.
No. I'm not leaving this room.
You're not?
Downstairs is the Atlantic Bar and Grill. Across the street is the Mandalay Lounge. Down the street is the Ace of Spades Bar and Grill. Out there is temptation. Here I'm safe, right here on this lumpy mattress.
But Charlie, we'll be with you.
We'll get you by that Atlantic Bar and Grill.
The Atlantic Bar, that ain't the one I'm worried about. They give you shots like that. Boom, boom, boom. Wrong glass. It's that Mandalay Lounge that I'm worried about. They give you a shot like that. Boom! And for every 3 shots you buy, boom, boom, boom. The bartender buys you a shot for nothing. Boom!
Charlie.
Let's give it a try.
Good boy.
You guys are all right. You guys
We'll see to it that you're not tempted.
mind your own business.
Look, Charlie.
There's nothing I hate worse than nosy cops. Who leaves?
Gunther and I'll wait here for you. You fellas take him down.
Nobody has to take me.
Come on, let's get this stuff out of here. Hurry.
What's the hurry? They gotta pass 4 bars before they get to that pizza joint. We got all night.
Come on, come on, come on.
In its new home. Now, Mommy's going out and earn some more little brothers and sisters for you.
Maybe this time she's gonna thank us.
You say you stuffed your money in the new furniture? They took it away and brought back your old furniture? Well, don't you worry. We'll get it back. Men?
And so, fellas, I want to thank you. Not for returning my money, but for teaching me a lesson. Money means nothing unless it's shared and brings happiness.
Well, you sure shared it, Mary. $250,000 to that orphanage, the money to the Police Athletic League, every charity in the Bronx.
It's just money. Money means nothing.
Bye, here comes your chauffeur.
Ah, Charles.
Where to today, ma'am?
The usual. Bless you, boys. Bless you. Mister. Oh, they're nice.
Let me go. I don't want pretzel.
Ah, you cheap bum. Pretzel. Wise thing, huh? You're a wise guy. Pretzels. Who'll buy pretzels from a penniless old woman? Pretzels. Get them while they're fresh.
There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and Idlewild. Car 54, where are you? Broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and Idlewild. Car 54, where are you?
I'll say it again, you're a bum.
Order. Now, we've got to decide on where to have this outing. There must be something we can do that we can all agree on.
Ooh, how about a clam bake like we had 2 years ago? Remember all those delicious clams and lobsters we put on the hot rocks on the ground and we covered them up with sand?
Yeah, and you know what happened?
Yeah, but this year we'll put a stick in the sand so we'll know where we buried them.
Other suggestions? Sylvia Schnauzer.
I've been sitting here quietly listening to all your suggestions, and I must say I'm shocked. Beer parties. Both rides. Don't you honestly think it's time that we did something cultural?
Oh, Sylvia.
My wife is talking. Go ahead, pussycat.
Thank you, Daddy Bear. Well, think of it. Here we are in the Bronx, just a stone's throw away from Broadway, the theater center of the world. And not one of you has suggested that we organize a theater party and go and see a Broadway play.
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's all go see Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? Oklahoma's been closed for 15 years.
I have been following the papers lately.
Any discussion on Sylvia Schnauz's suggestion that we have a theater party?
That's a good idea.
I put in the form of a motion. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
What is it, Lucille?
I am a Hunter College graduate. And as you know, I am 110% for culture. But the plays they're showing on Broadway these days, well, I certainly wouldn't want my husband to see them.
Lucille, stop being such a blue nose.
Blue nose. My sister Rose saw a play by Tennessee Williams last year, and she had to go to bed for 2 weeks with the door locked.
It was the intermission. During the intermission, she ate 6 boxes of chocolate-covered cherries.
Quiet. Because she was in a state of shock. The words that she heard coming from that stage...
Lucille, Tennessee Williams writes about life. Life is raw. Come out of your sheltered middle-class existence and face it.
Well, if you think that vulgarity is life...
Lucille, I'm sure that we're all going to pick a clean play. All those in favor of a theater party?
Aye.
It's carried. Now, does anyone have any idea which play we ought to see?
How about a musical?
I would like to see how to succeed in business without really trying.
Are you sure Oklahoma's closed?
It's closed.
How about that? They said it would run forever.
Please, 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 please. Now, look, we finally decided on something. Let's get it over with as quickly as possible. I suggest we draw up a list of the plays that we want to see.
What about how to succeed in business without really trying?
How about Camelot? How about 1,000 Clowns? And what about Milk and Honey?
Hold it. Gunther, you take down these names. Tomorrow on our lunch hour, the arrangements committee will go down to the box office, pick up the tickets, and we'll finally get this thing settled once and for all.
What was the name of the first play?
How to succeed in business without really trying.
How?
Sorry, madam, we're sold out until August. No, sir. No, sir. No standing room until March. Next.
Can I have 2 seats, please?
Yes, I have 2 next April.
Are they together?
Together? The president saw the show last night. Jackie sat in the balcony. Next. Yes, officer.
I'd like 142 seats for next Saturday night.
142 seats?
This is Officer Schnauzer. He'll give you the seating arrangement.
We want 142 seats. 106 in the center, 23 on one side, 10 on the other side, and 1 in the balcony. That's for Officer Coogan. He's a mounted patrolman. He likes to sit up high. And 2 in the box for the captain and his wife, 142 seats.
142 seats. I'm sold out until next August.
Next August?
Yes, this show is a smash hit. The critics gave it raves.
They raved about Oklahoma, too. It closed 15 years ago.
I would love to help you, but I don't have a single seat.
What's the next thing on the list?
A funny thing happened to me on the way to the forum.
Nothing until September?
They don't have to be together. You could scatter us all over the theater.
Haven't got a thing.
Look, mister, our entertainment committee finally voted on having a theater party for its summer outing. If we have to get another vote on something, it'll be winter. Isn't there any play we can get 142 seats for on Saturday night?
Have you tried Little Miss Pioneer?
Little Miss Pioneer. Never heard of it.
It's over at the Baldwin Theater.
Gee, thanks. Come on.
Louis, how could you recommend a dog like that to them? It's the worst thing that's been on Broadway in years.
Well, it's the only show in town that can seat 142 people.
Seat 142 people? Listen, that show has enough empty space at every performance for 142 people to lie down and stretch out.
Listen, they're lucky. Maybe the show will be closed by the time they get there.
Sell any tickets for tonight's performance?
3. The author is bringing 2 of his relatives. Mr. Morningside, admit you got yourself a flop. Close the play. Never. You were just in there during the matinee performance. The theater is empty. It's spooky in there. The actors are frightened. At least put the ushers on stage to keep them company.
Little Miss Pioneer is the finest thing I've ever produced.
Good. Now that you got it out of your system, close it.
No. Sooner or later, the public is going to find out that Little Miss Pioneer is the one clean, wholesome, decent thing on Broadway.
The public already found out. That's why they're staying away.
Going just a little longer, I know it'll catch on.
Mr. Morningside, miracles like that don't happen.
Excuse me. Do you have 142 seats for Saturday night?
It's happened! It's happened!
Yes, sir. Saturday night.
Give him the money.
I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't.
Little Miss Pioneer is not on this list.
Buy the tickets. A play is a play.
As treasurer, I'm authorized to buy only tickets for a show that's on this list. We'll have to have another meeting.
We're not going to start the meetings again.
But Francis...
We're the purchasing committee. Schnauzer and I want to see it. The votes are 2-1. Give me the money.
No.
Let me shake the hands of a group who recognize decency in the theater world of filth.
Thank you. Leo, give him the seating arrangement.
You're not going to see a play of half-naked girls dancing and kicking.
We're not?
You're not going to hear off-color jokes and vulgar language that you hear in every other Broadway show.
We're not?
No. You're going to see a play that's clean, that's decent, a play with a message.
We better have another meeting.
Leo.
Francis, Toody is right. It's not on the list.
He's right.
We're not going to start the meetings again.
Sorry, it's 2 against 1.
Oh, brother. All we have to do is tell the committee what this play is all about. I'm sure they'll let us buy the tickets.
Hey, what's it about, mister?
It's a glorious epic about the winning of the West.
Ooh, cowboys.
Look, why don't you see for yourselves? The matinee is just ending.
Hey, that's a great idea. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Johnny, wait up for me.
How much longer, Johnny Scout?
We still got a fur piece.
I can't go on, son. You go ahead without me. Leave me here on the trail. I'll make out somehow.
Hang on, Ma.
How do you like it?
Fine. But if he's a cowboy, how come he doesn't carry a gun? John Wayne always carries a gun.
That's the message. This cowboy doesn't believe in killing.
Oh, John Wayne doesn't believe in killing either. Only when it's absolutely necessary, like when the other guy wears a mustache. But even then, most of the time, John Wayne only hits him in the hand.
Look at the play. It's got everything.
We gotta push on.
I can't. My heart is in Missouri, where they buried Pa alongside the trail.
Pathos.
I'll always see him lying there, scalped by them Injuns.
I told him the trip was gonna be hair-raising.
Comedy.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good one.
I can't go on.
Look, Mr. Morningside, we better just run along.
Wait. This is where we're coming to the climax. This'll knock you off your feet.
We'll never get to California.
But Johnny Scout here
He's
says...
a lion.
Yeah, Johnny. How do we know you're going to get us to California?
I'll get you there, just like I got all the other settlers who are building a new America in the Golden West.
Say, young fella, just who are you?
Who am I?
Why? It's Little Miss Pioneer!
Did you hear that? The audience loved it. Well, gentlemen?
Boy, do we need a meeting.
You have a fine play there, sir, and I'm going to recommend it to our membership.
Thank you. I knew this play would catch on. And everybody said, close it. I had faith in it. And with decent people like you behind me, I'll never close it. Come on, come on. I'll never close this play. Nobody's gonna make me.
Come on.
Nobody's gonna close my play. When you come back here, I'll still be open.
Go on, Moran. You were going by the Baldwin Theater and you saw these cops come out with the producer.
Yeah, I'm telling you. He was screaming, "You'll never make me close my play."
Little Miss Pioneer. I didn't think it was that kind of a play. Stick around there, Moran, just in case something pops. I'll check it. Give me the police commissioner.
Little Miss Pioneer. Your reporter says the men were from the 53rd Precinct?
That's right, Commissioner. Look, if you ordered that play to be closed...
Mr. Donovan, I don't order any play to be closed. If it's a dirty play, it's up to the mayor to close it. We just take orders. And believe me, there have been no orders. Get me Captain Block at the 53rd Precinct.
Little Miss Pioneer?
Never heard of it. What's it like? What's the difference? The main thing is there are 142 seats available. The seats face the stage.
That's the trouble. The seats face the stage. What? See what's going on.
Leo, it wasn't that bad. Gunther, you liked it, didn't you?
Yeah. I thought it was loaded with laughs. When they talked about the old man who got scalped by the Indians, and little Miss Pioneer said, I told him the trip would be hair-raising. I thought it was funny.
Gunther, count me out.
Oh, sounds awful.
And that was the highlight you just heard.
Now, wait a minute. This committee voted to see a play. Little Miss Pioneer is the only play we can see. And if we don't...
Mr. Chairman.
What is it, Lucille?
Is this play clean and decent?
It certainly is.
Well, then I vote we go to see it.
It's the worst I've ever seen.
How about a hayride?
What about my clam bake?
Let's go to the track. Mom?
It seems to me that Broadway a scant mile and a half away from the Bronx.
Oh, brother.
53rd Precinct.
Yes, sir. It's for you, Captain. It's the commissioner. The commissioner? Yes, Commissioner. What? My men did what? But, Commissioner...
I won't have you and your men taking the law into your own hands and censoring a play. I don't care how dirty, how risque, how suggestive this little Miss Pioneer is. It's up to the mayor to close it, not the police.
And let me tell you, if this motion isn't carried, I'm not only resigning from this committee, I'm resigning from the police force and leaving the country.
Now, all those in favor, raise their hand. Come on, Leo.
All right, we'll write the whole evening off as a loss.
It's carried. Now, Leo Schnauzer will take care of the seating.
Sit down, Muldoon. I understand some of you men were down on Broadway today at the theater where Little Miss Pioneer is playing.
It was on our lunch hour.
Well, don't be such eager beavers. Even if the play is risque, suggestive, unfit for decent people to look at, it's not your job to pass on it.
But, Captain, it was...
Quiet. I feel just as strongly as you do about filth in the theater. We can't make a move unless we get orders. On with your meeting.
What is he talking about?
I don't understand.
I do. We've just been steamrolled into seeing a smutty play.
Lucille, there must be some mistake.
There certainly was, but thank heavens the mistake was discovered in time. I, for one, am not going, nor will I allow my husband Gunther to see such a play.
Lucille, Little Miss Pioneer...
Don't even mention that filthy name. I move that we not only vote not to see this play, but that we censure the committee who suggested it.
She's right. It's a play that shouldn't be seen in mixed company.
Ladies, you have my word that it's clean.
It was probably written by Tennessee Williams under an assumed name, and we're not going.
Oh, Lucille, don't be so narrow-minded. Little Miss Pioneer may be wrong, but it's a slice of life.
Slice of life.
Did the police come for their tickets?
There hasn't been a soul here.
They probably ran into traffic.
They probably ran into someone who saw the play.
142 tickets. It could be the beginning of a trend.
Baldwin Theater. Oh, it's for you.
Hello? Oh, it's you. I've been expecting you.
Look, Mr. Morningside, I don't know how to put this, but, well, some members of the ladies' auxiliary think that your play is, well, kind of dirty.
He said the play was dirty. Dirty? That thing in there dirty? Look here, officer. My play is not a dirty play. How dare you accuse me of putting on smut?
Oh, we know it's not a dirty play, but we can't convince them of it.
Have them come here and see it.
He wants you to come there and see it.
I won't set one foot inside of that theater. Not all of us are prudes, Mr. Morningside. Stick to your guns. Give us life in the raw.
Sylvia! They won't come, Mr. Morningside.
This is ridiculous. If they could only see how clean, how decent. If I had time, I'd even send some of the cast up to your committee so they could see for themselves. But they have to be back for an evening performance.
No, that's a great idea, Mr. Morningside. We can go down right now and pick them up and have them back in plenty of time. Leo, Gunther, come on.
You're sending the cast up there?
For 142 tickets, I'd send them to Siberia. Mr. Morningside. My play is not dirty, and I'm going to prove it.
Hurry up.
Come on, if we hurry, we can make the last edition. And last but not least, the part of Ma Dearheart is played by none other than Clarissa Hawthorne, who in her long and illustrious career in the theater has not once appeared in a Broadway play that was the least suggestive.
And I would like to mention that I was the organizer and for 10 years president of an organization whose principal purpose is to stamp out the use of vile language in dressing rooms.
I hope that satisfies the ladies.
Oh, don't lump me with these narrow-minded prudes. I'm with you, Mr. Morningside. You have the courage to present life as it is. Call it sordid, dirty, or smutty. Bring it on. Give it to us right between the eyes.
Dirty? You don't understand. Start from the top.
The curtain rises. It's morning on the plains. There's a covered wagon. Matthew and I get out of the wagon.
Excuse me, this Matthew, is he your husband?
No, he's my son.
Oh, how sweet.
Johnny Scout enters and speaks.
Morning, ma'am. Excuse me, who is this Johnny Scout?
Johnny Scout is our guide. But he really is Little Miss Pioneer.
Oh, a girl dressed up like a man? Spell it out for her.
Don't be so provincial, Lucille. This is life. This is how the West was won.
Wait, you're getting it all wrong. Little Miss Pioneer is one of the heroes of the West. She guides wagon trains across the country. Go on with the play.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, Matthew.
Morning, Johnny.
Excuse me, are Little Miss Pioneer and Matthew married?
No.
Well, do they ever cross any state lines together?
Please.
Oh, Lucille, break out of your shell. They're desperately in love. They're in the middle of the prairie, miles from a justice of the peace. Who are you to point an accusing finger?
What's going on here? Please, let them go on. I'm sorry.
Morning, Johnny.
You two all get a good night's sleep? Question.
What is it?
Where did you sleep?
In the wagon.
All three of you?
No, my son and I slept in the wagon. Johnny Scout slept underneath the wagon.
Just one more question. Did your son leave the wagon at any time during the night?
Lucille, face life. Of course he left the wagon. The man isn't made of wood. They're desperately in love. And there's a prairie moon. Who are we to say what's right or wrong?
They're not in love. He doesn't even know she's a girl.
Will you give them a chance to go on?
Yes, please give us a chance. You'll see it's a sweet, clean, wholesome play.
As the police hustled the cast of Little Miss Pioneer into a patrol wagon, the producer, Oscar Morningside, shouted, "My play is not dirty. No one will make me close it."
Well, what are we waiting for? I hope they still got tickets.
As president of the Women's League for Clean Theatre, I say a vulgar, lascivious play like Little Miss Pioneer should be closed and no decent person should buy a ticket. Every ticket that is bought to see this lewd piece of trash is a ticket aimed at the heart of all that is decent and cultural.
I've already explained to you, madam, that my son and I slept in the wagon, that Johnny Scout slept underneath the wagon, and that there is no trapdoor in the wagon. Now, can we go on?
Just one more question. What did Little Miss Pioneer do before she became a scout? Was she ever in any trouble?
Trouble? It's for you, Mr. Morningside.
Me? Hello? Bill? What is it? I can't hear you.
10 for Saturday night. I gotta have 10 for Saturday night.
It's happened. A miracle has happened. I knew if we waited long enough, the people would flock to see a clean, decent play. You're my good luck charm. Thank you, my friends. Back to the theater, everybody!
Not a bad idea, Mr. Morningside, moving to a bigger theater.
I've been thinking of Yankee Stadium for weekends.
Excuse me. We'd like 142 seats for this Saturday night.
Sorry, nothing till 2 years from next April. Yankee Stadium, not a bad idea.
Wait a minute. Just yesterday.
I'm sorry, buddy.
But I gotta have the tickets. I'm not gonna go through another meeting. Mr. Morningside, remember us? We're your friends.
The minute you get a hit, everybody's your friend. Don't block the window. Next.
Merry Christmas, Sergeant.
Merry Christmas, Captain.
Merry Christmas, Julie. Still at it.
What about a boat ride around Manhattan now?
You know I get seasick on holidays.
There's a holdup in the Bronx, Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, cruise ships do and idle wild. Car 54, where are you? Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child, cruise ships do and idle wild. Car 54, where are you?
Anything wrong, Captain?
No. I just like to watch industrious patrolmen making out their reports after a day of keeping the Bronx safe from crime.
You notice we nabbed Mr. Eisenberg for jaywalking again.
Yes, I noticed. Good show. But what I don't notice in your report is any mention of the fact that last night you brought in Charlie the drunk again.
They brought in Charlie again?
Yes, he practically tore apart the Atlantic Bar and Grill, disturbed the peace, was a public nuisance, but no one would know it. He's not booked. He's not on the blotter.
Well, actually, Captain, he wasn't harming anybody.
You know Charlie.
I should. He's here every night in our cells, sleeping it off. He's got a better attendance record in this precinct than I have.
Oh, Charlie needs a little understanding.
He's getting it, plus room and board. I'm sick and tired of providing overnight accommodations for every bum you're too slow-prodded to book. I'm a police captain, not Conrad Hilton.
We're trying to straighten out Charlie. We're going to get him something to do.
Don't. He's got it made. He's got the greatest job in the world. Obviously, someone is paying him to drink.
Why didn't you tell the captain who's paying Charlie to drink? We are.
Look, Leo.
And out with the look, Leos. Now, how many times are we going to let these two idiots talk the Helping Hand Committee into giving Charlie money to start a new life?
How many new lives can we afford for Charlie? So he drank up the $75 we gave him just yesterday morning.
The $75 you told us was all he needed to go to school to become a TV repairman. That was going to make him happy.
Oh, he was so happy about going to school, he celebrated his graduation before he even got there.
Okay. So he slipped again. Next time, we'll take Charlie right to the door of the TV repair school.
Next time? There's going to be no next time.
But Charlie's our special project. We got to give him another chance.
No more chances.
But Francis...
The boys are right. Charlie's been playing on our sympathy too long. He's been making chumps out of us.
Yeah, with all those promises.
It's about time you learn.
Don't worry. He's had it.
All right, Charlie, time to go.
Now ignore him, Gunther.
Don't worry.
And when he starts with the pleading and those sad eyes...
Not a chance. We're through with him.
Here he comes.
Okay, Charlie, you can go now.
I'm sorry, fellas.
He's sorry. Let's give him another chance.
Keep going, Charlie.
Okay, Charlie, you're sorry? Goodbye.
I don't blame you guys for being sore. But when you gave me the money for that school, I guess it was too much for me. I couldn't believe it. The thing I'd always dreamed about was coming true. I was going to be a TV repairman. And I could just see myself in my white coveralls, toolkit in hand, answering a frantic call, coming to the home of a family that was in sheer panic, hysterical, on the verge of insanity, and then coolly and calmly making their television set work again.
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my whole life. A man who feels that way about television can't be all bad.
I'll never touch another drop again.
Did you hear that, fellas? He'll never touch another drop. Let's give him another chance.
Gunther. Charlie. If we give you another chance.
I'll never forget you guys.
Now, Charlie. If we give you the money.
I'll go right by those bars on the way to that school as if they don't exist.
Did you hear that, fellas? He'll pass up every bar on the way to the school.
The first one I hit is that Atlantic Bar and Grill. But I never go there anymore. For a quarter, they give you a shot like that. Boom. Who needs it?
Good boy, Charlie.
Keep going, Charlie.
The next one I hit is that Mandalay Lounge. They give you a shot like that. Boom! The biggest shot in the Bronx. But you know something? I'm going to go right by that one. The next one I hit is that Ace of Spades Bar and Grill. The friendliest bar and grill, and for every 2 shots you buy, boom, boom, the bartender buys you. Boom. But I'm going to keep on going. Which brings me to the Blue Diamond Cafe. Now, there's a bar. For every shot you buy, the bartender gives you a beer chaser. Boom, boom. There's a bar with heart.
You're going to pass it right by it, Charlie.
Who's going to pass it by? Why don't you mind your own business? Why don't you flatfoot stop picking on me? Sweetheart,
All right, where'd he get it? Captain, he doesn't need it anymore. All he has to do is think about it.
Well, here's something for you two to think about. The next time you bring Charlie in here, you're going to arrest him and book him.
But, Captain, After bringing Charlie in drunk every night for 5 years, we can't book him.
Why not?
It'll give him a bad name in the neighborhood.
You're right. Give him some clean sheets or he'll turn me into the Hotel Owners Association. Let boys do something about him.
Don't worry, Captain. We'll make you proud of Charlie. I got an idea.
Stop right there. He's not getting another cent from us.
Well, that's been our trouble. We've been making it easy for Charlie by putting him in business. We got to get him a job.
We got him a job in the funeral parlor. He went through the embalming fluid. We got him a job in the barber shop. He drank up all the hair tonic.
You're right. We got to give him a job where he won't be tempted. Oh.
What is it?
Tannenbaum's Bakery. I saw the sign in a window this morning. He needs a helper.
Be right with you, fellas. Take your time, Mr. Tannenbaum.
Boys, I'll never forget your presentation.
Oh, now, Charlie.
Mr. Tannenbaum, this is Charlie, the fellow that we were telling you about.
Looks like a nice fella. Ever work in a bakery before?
No, sir, but I'm willing to learn.
That's all I ask. He's got the job.
Great. Let's go, Gunther.
Excuse us.
What is
Mr. Tannenbaum, you don't keep any vanilla extract around here, do you?
What vanilla extract? I use flour and water. I make bread and rolls. Why?
Just ask. Thank you. Oh. By any chance, you don't make any rum cake?
Rum cake? For this neighborhood, they wouldn't know what it is. I told you I make bread and rolls. On Sundays, bagels.
Good. Come on. Let's go, Francis.
Good luck, Charlie.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Goodbye, fellas. Well, Mr. Tannenbaum, where do I start?
You know something? Toody gave me an idea. Let's make some rum cake.
Run! You're right with you, fellas.
Gee, after I let you guys down, what you're doing for me now, you guys are just the greatest.
Bad job.
Is this the fellow you told me about?
That's right, Pete. This is Charlie.
Uh-huh. Ever worked in a garage before?
No, Mr. D'Angelo, but if willing hands and honest effort mean anything...
That's good enough for me, Charlie. Thanks for bringing them over, boys. I sure need the help.
So long, Charlie.
Goodbye, Charlie.
Thanks, fellas.
Now, Charlie, let's go to work. You finish up Mr. Harrison's car here, okay?
What do I do?
Just put in some antifreeze.
Okay, Charlie. See you tonight.
Boys, don't worry, Charlie. We'll get you another job. Ooh. I got an idea. Charlie, you wait in the main room.
What is it?
Look, Charlie's body is shot. He's a wreck. He has no resistance.
He's right. His system is so full of booze, just the smell of the stuff gets him started. You saw it.
If only we could get him in good enough shape so he can hold a job.
I've got it. My brother-in-law runs a health club over on Fordham Road. I'll bet in a week he can have Charlie in perfect shape, and he won't charge us a cent.
What do you think, Mac? You want to step into the other room, Charlie?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's the worst physical specimen I've seen in 20 years.
Do you think it's hopeless?
Hopeless? Leave him here for 24 hours. I'll give him the works. I'll sweat the poison out of him.
How did it go?
Well, I only had it for 24 hours, but judge for yourselves. Charlie, come in here. Well, what do you think?
He looks great. Charlie, you're beautiful.
Boys, I'm a new man. I wake up in the morning and my head is clear and my eyes are bright. When I think of the life I led,
Boy, if it hadn't been for you guys. Now, Charlie.
Get on here, Charlie. We can't let those muscles stiffen up.
Boy, look at those muscles.
It's going to be a new life, Charlie. We'll wait for you outside, Charlie.
I'll have him dressed and out of here in 10 minutes. Now, that's that. Hey, Ted, give him an alcohol rub.
Well, you can take the light out of the window. Our wandering boy is home.
Okay, thanks, Pete. I got it. Oh, Francis.
What is it?
I got this out at the records room at headquarters. Because of the absolute necessity of a steady hand and a clear eye, drinking is practically non-existent in the diamond cutting business.
So what?
So what? It'd be a perfect place for Charlie to work.
Gunther, will you forget about Charlie?
But Francis, you yourself said that Charlie only drinks because he's tempted by, you know, what you said.
His environment.
Right. So if we get Charlie into a business where nobody drinks, nobody even mentions liquor.
Gunther, I've had it up to here with Charlie. You're not pulling me into any more fiascos. I've had it. That's it. Now remember, we're just checking. As far as they're concerned, this is just a routine fire inspection.
Yes, officers?
Mind if we look around?
What is it, Miss Fauntleroy?
They want to look around.
What is it, John? They want to look around. Around? In here? Is there any trouble?
No, just a routine building check. Fire laws, you know. This is a pretty old building. Do you keep any inflammable liquids around?
Inflammable liquids?
Yeah, like bourbon or scotch.
Please. In this office, we never even mention those words.
We understand. Mind if we see the rest of your employees?
Not at all. This way. Go right on with your work, men. We can vouch for every one of our men. They've been with us for years. Those are the steadiest hands in the business. We just can't find men like that anymore.
You can't?
What we're looking for is a young man with strong moral fiber, bright, alert, whose steadiness of hand and brightness of eye have never been dissipated by liquor. So you want to be a diamond, don't you?
Yes, sir. It means starting at the bottom as an apprentice. I know, sir. But if hard work and grim determination mean anything, I'll make it, sir.
What do you think, John? Charlie, you're hired.
You'll never regret it, sir. I'll work my fingers to the bone.
Oh, no, Charlie. We're lucky to get you.
This I don't believe. Charlie is going to be a diamond cutter? Our Charlie with the shaking hands and the bloodshot eyes?
Leo, it's an old established firm.
Now, when this old established firm digs itself out of the shambles that was once an old established firm, and they start checking with the police as to who was responsible for Charlie being there, and they find out it was this precinct, do you know how fast headquarters could turn this place into a supermarket?
Leo, you don't know this firm. All he needs is a chance.
Please? I know Charlie. All he needs is a picture of Dean Martin.
Charlie is Gunther. Leo's right. It is too much of a risk. We got to keep an eye on him at all times.
What do you mean?
Sometime during every morning and every afternoon, some of us have got to drop in there and check on Charlie. Now remember, we can't let those people suspect we're checking on Charlie. Just casual police routine. Now we'll work it in shifts.
Here are the shipping schedules for Amsterdam.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'll get back to those invoices, sir.
Good boy. Now, Miss Fauntleroy. Yes, officers, anything wrong?
Nothing. Just routine.
Excuse me, ma'am. Is that your motorcycle parked in front of the building?
Motorcycle?
What is it? Any trouble?
Nothing. Just routine.
What is it?
I don't know. Something about Miss Fauntleroy's motorcycle.
I have no motorcycle.
Sorry to trouble you.
Those bills of lading.
Oh, I had them here somewhere.
What's the matter with you? You're shaking like a leaf all morning.
Oh, Mr. McNaughton, those two police officers that were here.
We never had police here in 40 years.
That's right, and we probably won't see police in this office again for another 40 years. Now, all of you...
Just routine. Is this the man, Officer Schnauzer? No. Mind if we look around?
Have you got a gun permit? No. Just routine.
Anything wrong, Pete?
No.
Now, Mr. Whoopin, we know you're not in any trouble.
Calm down. The policeman said you weren't the right man.
This never happened to me before.
Of course not. Now you forget about the whole thing.
Yes, officers. Are you McNaughton?
No, I'm Vanderveer. He's the one you want.
I'm the one. What'd I do?
Oh, nothing. Just checking. Mind if we look around?
Well, I didn't do anything.
Of course not.
Take it easy, Al. You got a license to operate a taxi cab?
I don't drive.
What did they want?
It's nothing.
How much longer do we keep checking on Charlie?
Yeah, every hour on the hour for 2 weeks now, some team has been up there.
I'm running out of routine questions. This morning I found myself asking the old bookkeeper if he was ever married to Zsa Zsa Gabor. I thought he dropped dead.
And over there is the detention cell, Inspector. No one's been in there for 2 weeks now. What's happened to our starboarder?
Captain, you're never going to see Charlie in here again.
You know, I always liked Charlie. There was a lot of good in him.
Captain.
I'm glad that in his last days, I was able to make him comfortable.
Captain, Charlie isn't dead. He's been working.
Charlie working?
Yeah, we got him a job as a diamond cutter.
A diamond cutter?
Captain, it's the perfect environment for him. He hasn't had a drop in 2 weeks.
Charlie hasn't had a drop in 2 weeks?
What's that?
One of our pet projects, Inspector. A habitual drinker we all liked. We finally straightened him out by getting him the right job.
I like that. The local precinct takes it upon themselves to keep a man out of jail. Make a good story for the newspaper. Let me call headquarters.
No use.
Al!
I haven't had a drink in 30 years. I gotta do something. I gotta steady my nerves.
Give me the bottle, Al. I'm going to pieces. That's better. Say, Walter, how about you? Watch it. Here comes Charlie. It would set a bad example for the boy.
You say it'll steady my nerves?
It's helped mine already.
Will you hurry up? I need another drink. Watch it.
Herman, are you finished?
Sounds like a good story.
You see, we never gave up on Charlie. All it took was finding the right people to surround him.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Could we see Mr. McNaughton or Mr. Vandermeer?
I'll flash him. Where's that buzzer? Oh, here it is.
Is somebody, Bush?
I don't see anybody.
Mr. Wolfington.
Charlie's in there with the diamond cutters. Gentlemen?
Thank you. We've seen enough.
Now we're going to forget everything that happened in the last 24 hours. Maybe it was something we all needed. Thank heaven we had Charlie here. He was the only one who kept his head. Thank you. Now, the one thing to remember is it must never happen again. It's all forgotten. Watch those matches. You want those police back here again? About those fire laws? Here. Charlie. There's some lacquer fluid over there in my cabinet. Would you mind getting it for me?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's good to be back in the hotel business again.
There's a holdup in the Bronx. Brooklyn's broken out in fights. There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights. There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and idle wild.
Car 54, where